Okay, we're going to create the unit circle today, and this is something that in grade 12 you use all the time. So this thing has to be memorized for the future. Okay, I'm going to make you memorize it in grade 11 just for the test, but therefore after that I'm going to be providing it for you, let's say on your test, on your exam. Okay. Then in grade 12, once it comes to that thing needs to be memorized completely. Your provincial exam deals with all those questions, and you have to have it all memorized. Okay, so let's talk about some patterns. So don't write anything down here. Okay? First of all, I think we all know this. The angles on the 4 spots. Do you remember how we always start? What's this one? 0, top, 90, 180, 270, and then you also can't forget that this is 360. Okay? Now, your unit circle is going to have these important increments on it: 30, 45, 60, and 90. Okay? So those are the important increments. Okay, you don't need to write this down. I'm going to give you 2 seconds after I'm done talking to write them onto your paper. Okay, so let's go 30 degrees from each from the axis, the x-axis, into each quadrant. So this angle would be 30. What's 30 behind 180? 150 ahead. 210 behind 360, 330. Okay? Then 45 sections of each quadrant. So this would be 45. What's 45 lower than 180? 135. 45 more than 180? 225. 45 smaller than 360? 15, yeah. Okay, and then the 60 degrees, so 60 less than 180, 120, 180 plus 60, and then this would be 360 minus 60, so 300. Okay, these are all the special angles. Okay, I will note that some of you will probably just go around. Okay, I obviously did it in a special way. I picked all the 30s, all the 45s, all the 60s. The reason I did it that way is because in grade 12, once you transfer your angles to radians, that's going to be the method that you want. Okay, but for now, if you also want to just go around, this is 30. Okay, this is 30. These angles will be 15 apart. These angles will be 15 apart, and then these would be 30 apart, if you like that format as well. Go around 30, 15, 15, 30, 30, 15, 15, 30, okay? Go to your paper, give me all the angles on your drawing. So on the line where it says something degrees, there's a little degree symbol. Go ahead, just all the angles on your own now. Okay, now we're going to talk about the coordinates on this unit circle. So again, I'm going to develop a pattern. So don't write anything down right now. So the angles all follow the pattern. Okay, so here we go. 0 over 2. Don't write anything down. Okay, my next, so I'm going to go root 0 over 2, root 1 over 2, root 2 over 2, what do you think's next? Root 3 over 2 and root 4 over 2. Okay? There's the pattern. So I'm going to change the look of this one. What is the square root of 0 divided by 2? Just 0. I'm also going to simplify this one because what is the square root of 1? 1. Root 2 has to stay. There's nothing the square root of 3 stays, and this one would change. What is the square root of 4? 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1. Okay, this is already on your paper, but this is where it came from. That was the pattern. I simplified 3 things in my pattern. Okay, so these are all the coordinates. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start with the 4 corners. Okay, so if I'm over here, can everybody visualize a graph? This is the middle of a graph. Okay, if I move over here, I have moved 1 to the right, and I have moved 0 up or down. Okay, here's the middle. So at 90, what is that coordinate on an XY plane? 0 left, right, but I've moved 1 up. Okay, 180. So from the middle, I have moved left, so -1. I haven't moved up or down. And then the 270, 0 and -1. Okay, so now here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to fill in the rest of the pattern. So I'm going to start with just X's. So I'm just going to, give me a second here so you can follow my pattern. Okay, so these are the X values, what I've highlighted. So these ones lined up there, here. Okay, so I'm moving along the x-axis. I'm moving, and eventually I get to 1. Okay, here's my fingers. This x value is 0. If I shift to the next coordinates, I have to increase my x value. What's the next increase on the pattern? After 0? It's on the top of your page. What's after 0? 1/2. The x value, so make sure it's in the first spot of your coordinate, right? Okay, now I'm going to shift to the next coordinate move. Okay, and these both have the same x value. Can you see that they're lined up with each other? So what's the next increment? √2/2. I'm going to make another move. So now I'm at a √3/2. I'm going to make my last move 1. So do you see all those yellow things that I've highlighted? Follow right, 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 right. The more I go right, these will go up in the pattern. Okay, we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to go left, 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 left. So here I am. So I'm going to move left. These 2 coordinates have an x value of -1/2. Make sure you put them in the first x, right? Coordinates go x, comma, y. Make sure they're in the right spot. Okay, move again. So these ones will have a -√2. Make another move. These ones will be at a -√3/2. And then finally a -1. Okay, now I'm going to talk about all the y coordinates. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my fingers on here, 0, 0. These have heights of 0. So following me quickly without writing anything down, this is all I'm going to be doing. I'm going to go up, 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 up. That's what I'm going to do in the pattern. So 0. So if I move up, these are 1/2. move up. These have heights of root 2 over 2. Move up. The 60, 120, they both have a height. Do you see that they're parallel with each other? They have the same height. Root 3 over 2. Last height, 1. So you can see these heights, 0, 1/2, root 2 over 2, root 3 over 2, 1. Okay, now I'm going to finish the last. So I'm going to go down, 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 down. So here I am, 0. I'm going to go down, 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 down. So negative 1/2, negative 1/2, down. Negative root 2 over 2, negative root 2 over 2, down, negative root 3 over 2, down should be a negative 1, and it was already there. Okay, I'm just going to give you a few tidbits before I let you go. Checking my answer. Here's a couple things I'm just going to note to myself. What should everything be in this quadrant for x? We should be right and up. Okay, so at the end of your test when you're doing this, make sure you check your work. Is everything looking positive, positive? What should everything look like in quadrant 2? Negative, positive, left, up. So look at my coordinates. They all look like that, right? Check your work in quadrant 3. What should you look like? You should look like a negative, negative, which mine all do. And then in quadrant 4, everything should have the look of plus, minus, right? Right, down. Okay? So there's a good thing to do at the end of your test, checking just quickly over, did I do all my plus minuses correctly? Okay, also, did you notice this? Did you notice how every single time some kind of 0 was with a 1, they were partnered together? Did you notice that 1/2s and root 3s over 2s got partnered with each other? See how they're partnered with each other? They're partnered with each other. And the last partnership, did you notice how every root 2 over 2 is with itself? Root 2 over 2s are with itself. Okay? All right. Let's see if you can do one on your own without me.